Hello, YouTubers. I'm going to share how I selected the industries for my 12-foot by 20-inch shelf layout. I've had a few comments that there isn't a specific area in New England that this layout represents, so that prompted me to create this video to talk about how I selected my industries. So my general philosophy for the hobby, for model railroading, is I do like to keep the general diorama based on prototypical structures, prototypical track work, scenery. I like to make sure everything fits within an era. So in my case, late 90s to early 2000s. Maybe where I depart from some modelers is I don't believe we should be constrained too much by geography or a prototypical location. I mean, it's a hobby, so creativity and imagination is a healthy element that makes it more enjoyable, in my opinion. Lastly, when I put down an industry, I like to make sure it has multiple car spots. That increases the operational opportunity, particularly on a shelf type layout. On my layout, I've got 4 industries that I'll talk about, but each of those has multiple spots. So it's effectively like having 9 industries on the layout. The first industry we'll talk about is Northeast distribution and cold storage. And the industry type, it's a warehouse for dry goods and refrigerated or frozen food products. My operational objectives for this industry were to have 2 car spots, one for a mechanical reefer and one for a 50-foot boxcar. I also wanted to have room on that siding that I could use as a lead track for switching other industries, and I wanted room on the siding to store or temporarily spot additional cars. So let me show you the actual model on the layout, which it was kit bashed from a Walthers modern cold storage warehouse. Here's the model of Northeast distribution and cold storage. It's designed to have 2 car spots, one a mechanical refrigeration car, which you can hear running, and the other a 50-foot box. Give you a pan of the facility. There's a cooling unit. Then you've got the air handlers on the roof and the refrigerant lines. We've got lights above each of the loading bays. They're not operational lights, but they're details. I'll move these cars out of the way. See the 2 loading bays. I've numbered them 1 and 2, make it easier for operations. So that is the model of Northeast distribution and cold storage. Okay, now let's look at the prototype that I used for inspiration. And the important word there is inspiration, not necessarily duplication. Prototype is Martin Brower in Manassas, Virginia. It's a distribution and cold storage facility. And you can see several similarities to my model: the loading doors, the lights above the loading doors, and that boxy modern look. This is a view from inside the facility, which has racks for storing products for subsequent local and regional distribution. If I ever chose to model with one of the doors open, this is kind of the look I would put inside the building. On the roof of the prototype, you can see refrigerant lines like I've got on the roof of Northeast distribution and cold storage. So in this case, the prototype is a pretty close match to what I kit bashed with the Walthers kit. Now let's look at the next facility on the layout. It's my ADM corn syrup transfer facility model. And this industry type is, of course, a corn syrup transfer facility. My operational objectives were to have 2 car spots, and I wanted to have room to store or temporarily spot additional cars beyond the 2 tank cars that go to that facility. So let me show you the actual model, which I kit bashed from a Pike Stuff small engine house. This is the model of the ADM transfer facility. Trucks can pull through, load up with the corn syrup, and take that to market. It's set up to have 2 car spots. I've actually numbered them on the side of the building here for operations, 1 and 2, which corresponds to these 2 on the track. And then there's the piping and hoses to unload the corn syrup into the waiting trucks. So that is the ADM corn syrup transfer facility model. Okay, now I'll show you the prototype. This is an ADM facility in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's pretty close to what I modeled. I also modeled the hoses at the ADM facility using rubber bead rope from Michael's Crafts. It comes in black and like an opaque white. I'll do a future post where I talk about specifically how I modeled the hoses and piping at the ADM facility. I do need to give a shout out to the guy who gave me the ADM idea. It's a YouTuber, John at RailServe John. He's got a great channel. He talks about making a very similar model. So thank you, John. My next industry on my layout is Ballard Printing and Publishing. This industry type is a printing and publishing plant. They take in paper, cardstock, cardboard, and they produce packages and publication products. Operational objective for this industry, I wanted to have 2 car spots for box cars, and I wanted to also have room on the siding to store or temporarily spot additional cars, similar to the other industries. So let's take a look at that model on the layout, which I kit bashed from Walthers' Modern Steel Warehouse Kit. This is the Ballard Printing and Publishing Facility model. You can see that it's cut at an angle, which matches that siding. Some roof details. Like a few of the buildings, I've done a printout of the actual wall to put on the backdrop so that it looks like the building extends. They move these two. It's designed with 2 spots. Those are numbered 1 and 2 for operations. I've added this little pipe detail, assuming it's a fire hydrant since it's a paper product plant. Might need that. So that is the Ballard Printing and Publishing Facility model. Okay, now look at the prototype I used as an inspiration for this model. This is Commonwealth Inc. in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think they have multiple distribution facilities, but this is their facility for paper products. You can see the loading doors, the steel siding, the general look and shape are similar to the model that I kit bashed. This is the inside of the prototype building with rolls of paper, stacks of cardboard. If I ever decided to have a door open, I would model a similar interior as what you see here. And the last industry on the layout, this is probably my favorite, is Bombaci Foods. Quality since 1966. The industry type is a food processing plant. It produces packaged food products for restaurants, grocery stores. My operational objectives for this model were to have 3 car spots and 3 different types of cars. So 1 spot for pressure aid covered hoppers, 1 spot for box cars, and 1 for tank cars. And that's not uncommon when you look at these food processing plants or bakeries to have different car types. As with the other industry spurs, I also wanted room to store or spot additional cars while I was switching. The structure was kit bashed from the Walthers Magic Pan Bakery. So let's look at that on the layout. This is the Bombaci Foods model. It's the biggest one on the layout. This is designed to have 3 spots. 1 for hoppers, for flour and salt. 1 for a box car, which can be packaging materials, etc. And then the 3rd is for vegetable oil and corn syrup. So you can trade those out as needed. So let me move these cars out of the way. And it's always good to open the derailleur when you do that. There you go. So now you can see the unloading facility with the hoses for the flour and the salt. That's spot 1. Spot 2 is the boxcar. Spot 3 is for unloading vegetable oil and corn syrup. You can see on the backdrop, it sort of continues on as another part of the building. roof details, a bit of weathering. That is the Bombaci Foods model. So there are several food plants and bakeries like this that you can use as a prototype, and I'm going to show you a couple that I use for this model. Prototype 1, this is Mondelez or Nabisco. They have a facility in Portland, Oregon, one in Chicago, Illinois. This picture is the one in Portland, Oregon. There are general similarities to the structure that I built, but the scale of this is obviously much larger than mine. Prototype 2 is Trujillo Foods in Miami, Florida. And you may have seen this on Lance Menheim's layouts or in his books. This company still exists in Miami, Florida. I'm not sure how much of the switching goes on, but I have seen pictures where they have covered hoppers, which I think you see there. This is an overhead Google image. And they also have box cars and corn syrup cars. So similar in terms of how they are served by rail. So those are the 4 layouts. And again, with those 4 layouts, I can get 9 different car spots, 3 at Bombaci Foods, 2 at the printing facility, 2 at Northeast Cold Storage and Distribution, and 2 at the ADM facility. A couple of summary points to keep in mind if you're in the process of deciding on your industries. One, I would say keep the structures as prototypical as possible. Keep them all era appropriate, so don't have a modern steel warehouse if you're modeling the 1940s, for example. 3, it's okay to use your imagination and deviate from modeling just one specific geography. I handpicked industries that I liked from different places in the US, and I pulled them together to create my industrial corridor, which is meant to represent somewhere in the Northeast. I call it New England. That's why I model Providence and Worcester. And then lastly, whenever possible, try to have multiple car spots at each industry. That gives you more interesting operational opportunities, and it's also more prototypical. So I hope that was helpful. I hope it was informative. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.